Welcome back.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that.
Welcome back.
I know you like that.
How long you been back, man?
I see the girls in the club, they getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style for me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow.
We're back, Laces Out Podcast, episode 11. I got my partners with me, Reg, Jim,
You know the vibes.
Super Mario, God of Fantasy, and
Mike Whiteson's
who's
Punch Out.
Yo, you gotta keep up. Yo, like daily, yo, daily.
listen.
I got game names for every week, bro.
It's hard to keep up with Jim's names.
Yo,
He keeps
legit.
changing them.
He keeps changing like the weather, yo. I'm not mad.
yeah.
They all on par with what
They all
supposed to
hit.
be.
They all hit.
Yeah,
Like, they make
good.
sense.
They all good.
It's about context.
Yes, sir. So, welcome back, everybody. How was your holiday? How was your Thanksgiving and shit?
Jim, I'll let you go. Jim was living life, so I'll let him go. My shit was trash.
I was living life in Miami, Will Smith style.
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami.
Oh, okay. Were you slapping people too?
Word. Like,
all that.
I was
Reg,
snagging people, just not in fantasy.
Reg, what about you? How was your holiday?
Holiday was good. Got to see the fam. Didn't overeat, so that's always
Right.
that's always a good look. Watch some very good football games.
Right.
Live
Right.
life. What about you, my brother?
Yeah, it was slow motion, small little get together, my family and extended family and all that good stuff. Just chilled, ate. I definitely overate, had about 2.5 plates.
All right. The real
Um,
question is, are you still eating leftovers?
Nah, yo, we just finished it up yesterday. Thank God. I was tired of eating that shit, to be
No,
honest with you.
nah, Reggie, you know what the real question is? Did you have to buy medium shirts?
No, he definitely had to buy a large. He was
Well,
eating OD.
listen, I'm wearing my latest RussianAttire.com. So it's a large right now, but
You got the chains. You got them gold chains.
yeah.
With the hamburger meat and all that.
Jeez, yeah. Got the taco meat hanging out. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm not mad at you.
Anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about. So we're gonna try to recap week 11 and week 12 at the same time.
No problem.
So let's talk real quickly about Cowboys beating the Vikings on week 11.
Yo, I didn't see that one coming, man.
Yeah,
And they
That was
whooped them up. It wasn't.
it was a lopsided game. I forgot what the score was. I think it was like 40-9 or something like that.
10 or some shit like that. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I think they only scored 3, I think.
Hold on.
Was it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they only scored
I
3.
think you're
It was
right.
like 40-3. It was a crazy score.
Yeah, it was a really bad game for the Vikings.
I hate those type of games for Cowboys fans, though. Because you're right, 40
Yeah,
to 3.
40-3.
Because they'll do that, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, we go to the Super Bowl." No, you.
Oh,
not.
you know
Right.
what? You know what? That was that game where Tony Pollard had like 50 points.
Oh, I mean,
What do you mean?
I
I mean,
gotta-
what do you mean? I mean, I don't understand. He's
No,
better. He's
I
better
got-
than the other guy.
I do have to give Lau a little bit of props because Zeke had his one resurgence game last week. So
yeah. That week 12, Zeke is back. Zeke is. I told y'all to rest the season that Zeke was going to be the man, and watch, you'll see.
you know what's bad about
Jim,
that?
can you
though?
do me a favor for
Yeah.
the next episode? Can you tell me who has more touchdowns, Zeke or Pollard? But next episode, though.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
you. I will tell you this just because I wrote it down for this podcast. The last game that Zeke actually had a better game than Pollard. Pollard out carried and out received Zeke in stuff. He had 2 more carries and 1 more reception than Zeke.
I like it. You don't like numbers? You don't like
We're not
numbers?
going to talk about specifics,
Oh,
okay?
you like stats? You like stats? Okay. You like hearsay? You like hearsay? My fault. My bad. Zeke's the best. My bad. But Zeke's the best. My fault.
Next thing on the agenda. So week 10, I believe, was when we had the emergence of Christian Watson, Green Bay Packers, and it's been week after week after week he's been scoring. Is he the clear number one wide receiver on the Packers? Let's talk about that.
I'll say yeah. Like
He-
Aaron Rodgers. Well, here's what's crazy. Aaron Rodgers finally trusts somebody, but
Right.
it's this dude playing.
you
But
know what's
even when Jordan Love came in, same results. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know what's very odd about this span that Christian Watson's had? He's only had 4 catches per game. So it's like if you like from a strict fantasy statistic point, like you're great that he's getting points, but like you don't think that it's going to be sustainable. Like he's going to get four. These are the last 3 games he had: four receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
4 receptions, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Right.
4 receptions, 107 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So it's like if you think he's going to keep scoring the touchdowns, then yeah, he's there. But number one wide receiver is a weird thing to call him because they're not even throwing that much. Like Aaron Rodgers, that last game, he only had 160 yards passing, and most of those yards were to Christian Watson.
that whole offense is weird, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they have Aaron Jones, they got Dylan, but like it's just
Mhm.
odd, son.
So I see what Jim is saying. It's like it's either if you're
It's not
so dependent
sustainable.
on it's unsustainable. If you're so dependent on him scoring the touchdowns, then yeah, you can roll with him. But if not,
Yeah, it just statistically, like from what you look for in fantasy players, it's usually like snaps, targets, and stuff like that. And like, I mean, if he keeps doing this, it's great. But like, it's just, is he just gonna score a touchdown every game? Because that one game he had 4 for 48. His whole thing was saved because he had 2 touchdowns that game. But 4 for 48 would have been like just a very mediocre game without that touchdown. Without those touchdowns.
I'm sorry, my daughter is walking around right now. I do
Oh,
apologize.
we got a guess?
No, not a guess.
She's the commish, yo. She's the commissioner.
All right, so moving on. Next thing. Josh Jacobs, week 12 performance. I want to ask this question. Is he the best RB in the league?
Yes, I'll say it. I'll say yes.
Yes. So I will also agree, but I'm Mr. Statman, so I'd like to throw this out for you. So the number one running back in the league fantasy points wise is Eckler right now. He has 255.1 points. Josh Jacobs is second. He has 244.4. But funny enough, Eckler only has 554 yards rushing on the season.
Yeah, he doesn't rush. He's a dunk off guy.
Josh Jacobs is leading the league. I think he's leading the league now.
He has 1,159 yards rushing, and then him and Eckler aren't that far off in yards receiving. It's just that so Eckler has 497 yards receiving, and Jacobs has 325. It's not a huge discrepancy, but
Right.
Eckler has 80 receptions to get that 500 yards. So
Wow.
I mean that's 80 points right there just off
Right.
of
Or
reception.
just catching the ball.
Yeah,
Right.
Jacobs only has 40 receptions, so it's he has only 40 points
That's
off of reception.
crazy
So it's
stat,
like
yo.
it's a crazy stat.
Double.
And even crazier stat: Final Fantasy football has both players.
Word. That's right. He has Jacobs and Eckler.
Yep.
Mm.
That's a good look for him. That's a good look for him.
And Fournette.
Yeah, which is falling
I'm
off.
just saying, like if Fournette was doing decent,
Word.
that's not a bad,
Word.
not a bad 3 RBs that you got.
Exactly.
But listen, I just want to say real quick before we move on, his team still sucks. Okay.
You want to point that out. You want to point that out.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So there's no confusion.
Yeah, I want to make that clear. Next topic, the benching of Zach Wilson.
Let's ask the resident Jeff fan, man.
Mike motherfucking White. That's all we need to know.
It's his time.
It's his time. Yes. Listen, you just looking at how the team itself responded to him being in that game and like all this, the post game stuff, everything that's on the thing, like you can tell that there's just some kind of even not even skill wise. You can just tell that there's some disconnect between Zach Wilson and the team versus Mike White and the team.
Like you could tell Mike White been in the trenches with these dudes. Like, yo, like I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna give you everything you got.
Plus, it's who knows what's gonna happen. Going forward and everything. He could shit the bed this next week. But I feel a little bit more confident with him there, and I also think it makes their receivers a little bit more fantasy relevant now.
Garrett Wilson and Moore went off. Remember Moore was asking about getting traded and stuff like that?
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, he's happy now.
He's happy.
I like Mike White. I like the story behind Mike White. We talked about this in the chat. I feel bad for Zach Wilson. I really do. I do
not. He did this to himself.
I would feel bad for him, but like I look at him and all I see is like some like privileged, a little rich black kid, and like he always looks like
he looks very smug. He looks very smug. He looks like he's like I'm better than you. My shit don't stink. I'm the quarterback of the New York Jets. Yeah, I get that.
You're not accountable, so I'm sorry.
No. And honestly, his college career wasn't that impressive. Like he got his status strictly off of his pro day. And his pro day, there's no defensive guys running at you during your pro day.
I don't know. I hope his career is not over though. I hope he can find himself either on another team or he can get another shot on the Jets to play again. It probably won't be this year because they're in the hunt for the playoffs, and they got to roll with the hot hand, whoever that may be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but Zach Wilson, listen, if you are in need of a quarterback, I would definitely pick up Mike White if you can. So if you're in need for a spot start.
I was going to bring this up. I was going to bring this up last week. I actually picked up Mike White for my matchup with Ra, which I guess we'll talk about a little later. And I decided to go play it safe because the game.
And went with Derek Carr.
Yeah, I went with Derek Carr. The only reason I would have kept Mike White in there, the only reason I took him out was because the rain was supposed to be so terrible. I figured that the Jets would be running a lot and he wouldn't get his chance to throw.
And if I had an air raid offense,
if I would have kept Mike White in both my leagues, which I wanted to, I would have won both my games.
Wow.
It always be like that, son.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about some Week 11 Laces Out matchups we're talking about. All right, so we're talking about Week 11. So the closest game of that week was, Mega Man beating Reg Dead Redemption at the time, which is Jim.
Yep. So many tough losses this year because there's a few weeks I should have won and it's just some tough losses, but it's
roller coaster.
It's not good. Funny enough, I think that there's like some weird mathematical way that I could still make a playoff spot. It's very unlikely. I think like a bunch of people need to lose and I need to win both games and get like a shitload of points. But
as long as you're not eliminated yet, you still got a chance, my G.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty much eliminated.
So that was one of the games of Week 11 that I want to talk about briefly. I want to talk about one of the lopsided games with the Game Breakers beating Titan Instinct.
Who's related to that guy?
Through marriage, I heard.
Oh yeah.
Game Breakers beat Titan Instinct 185-46 to 74-40. 74-70.
Damn.
Listen, I honestly I feel bad for Fritz. He's been on a lot of like really close losses and then some blowouts, and it's been bad, man. He's had a tough break this year. Listen, see you next year, my brother.
Oh, wow, it's like that, yo. I will see you at the draft.
Your season is pretty much over, man. But
you had disrespectful, my G.
This is also a perfect place for the new tagline, right?
Oh, and beat that shit. Yo, I don't make the rules, man.
Listen, brother. It's over.
My man, Jim. Damn, Fred.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I mean, I meant that shit. I said that shit. So you know. Damn, bro. Shit.
All right,
Oh man.
moving on. Moving on. We're gonna talk about last week. Week 12. Laces out games worth talking about. Final. Yeah, gotta excuse me. Something's going on.
Yeah, you sound like you got
Uh,
that COVID, man.
yeah, for real. I hope not.
I need to disinfect my damn iPad now. Messing with you.
Lyle can't
Jesus.
catch a football, but he
For,
can catch that
right?
COVID.
He can sure
No,
damn
chill.
catch a cold.
Chill.
He top
Let's
10.
not
He
talk
top
about
10.
that. Top 10,
He
exactly.
top 10.
All right, Final Fantasy Football beat Sega CD Lamb. That was a big upset to me. That was one of the biggest
Final
upsets of last
Fantasy.
week.
We was talking mad shit about him like early in the season.
Yup.
Now he turning it around.
Well, let me tell you, when you got Josh Jacobs, he puts up 50 points. It's gonna help you.
You always in the game. You always in the game.
Right. So I mean, he beat Sega CD Lamb, and I'm happy about that because that kind of helped me tie with Sega CD Lamb and you, Reg, because you won too, right? Yeah. Man, I tell you right now, I got to be honest with y'all. I know this is off script, but I do not want to face Mortal Kombat in the first round.
Yo, Mel different, man. Mel different
Yeah.
too. Like that's somebody you want to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, I don't want to face his team in the first round, and as the way it's shaping out, I'm in third place.
That's what it's looking
He's
like.
he's the sixth place person. I don't.
No,
So
just focus on your path, my G. That's what you got to
yeah,
do.
I need some games to switch up. All right. All right. So let's talk about some close matchups. We had a few of them this week.
Another one.
We had a few games this week. Tom Brady.
Again.
Oh God.
We were just talking about it.
He gets smacked by 100. He lose by 2. Happy that's sad.
Titan instinct. He lost to Tom Brady.
Just so we're clear, we are laughing at you. We're not laughing. We're not laughing with you.
I'm trying to laugh with you.
I'm laughing at you.
It just happens like that sometimes. Fantasy's a cool bitch.
Fantasy's a fickle bitch, man.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Trust me, I know. In the other league that we're in, I just can't make the playoffs for some reason.
That's why you be coming in this league acting like you the guy. That's all right.
No, that's not.
That's why Mel gonna give you 100. Mel gonna give you 100 in the playoffs.
Lyle literally made a league so that he could win.
That's not true.
If I can't beat him, make my own. That's what he did.
That is not what happened.
Guy took his ball home and made his own basketball court. Like, yo. But I digress.
Oh man. All right. Another close game we had. We had the Game Breakers beating Red Dead Redemption. We just
that's the
talked
game
about
that had
briefly.
you. If you put Mike White and you won.
That's a game and I even joked on the chat that I was gonna start Mike White, and Rasan, you could tell Rasan got happy. He was like, "Go ahead, do it," because he was like, "Yeah, let him do it."
Was like in the dude in Major League, thanking God with his voodoo dolls and all that.
I asked Joe Boo to come. Take fear from bats. I offer him cigar in Rome. He will come.
The dude from the commercials, yo, he happy as hell you can play Mike. He'd have been like, yo, are you shitting me? That's what he said in the chat, yo.
Yeah, I know he's happy because I beat him in the chat league the week before, so
right.
He's looking for that payback.
So the score of that game was 129-76 to 124-80.
Yep.
I want to talk about this other close game that we had. Mega Man beating Mrs. Dackman 123-26 to 118-32. Listen, I made a little side bet.
Oh Lord, did you win or did you lose?
I made a little side bet. I said Mrs. Dackman was gonna win.
Oh yeah.
And I lost, so I had to pay Rob this morning $20.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, so Miss Dackman, you let me down. Unfortunately, I am very upset at you letting me down.
Yo, besides
Fa-
is Josh Allen, she got Diggs too, right? I don't know. But
No,
Davis.
no, she
Yes,
has
yes, Gabe
Gabe
Davis.
Davis.
All right, she has Davis and Allen. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yikes.
So, real briefly, I want to talk about Mega Man. He's won 3 in a row. I know we talk shit about his team, but only because we only talking shit about his team because he was talking
He was
shit
talking
from the very beginning.
greasy.
Yeah,
Like he went like two
yeah,
in a row. Like I'm about to run this whole shit.
right. He was, yeah. Now he's scrambling and trying to get in the playoffs and talking shit again. Oh, he came out of this fucking rabbit hole and want to talk shit again. Listen, bruh, your team is
You
trash.
gotta be consistent. If you're gonna start
Wait.
talking shit, talk
Yeah.
shit, yo.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
Right,
don't go to go hibernate because you lose
right.
and you trash and then you finally come back up. You talking your
Listen,
shit? Nah, no.
I may be in last place right now, but my man currently on his roster has 3 Rams wide receivers. he got
He has Cup.
he has Cup in the IR spot. He has
Right.
Allen Robinson on his bench, and he has Van Jefferson on his bench.
Yo,
What are you doing? What are you
it's
doing?
crazy. Thank God no one traded for Cup. Thank God.
Right, right.
God.
I tried to trade.
Oh,
for
I sent him
him.
an offer. He was like, "No, I'm good." Okay, listen.
He didn't even answer me, but
Yo, listen. You showed me.
Listen, bro. I don't know what you're doing over there. You went from having the geriatric crew to having the Rams players.
Pretty much the same to me. You know. You know.
What's the difference?
What's happening? What's happening here?
every Ram has just like decided to have surgery now.
Right.
Aaron Donald, fucking Matt Stafford.
They all packing their bags and like, yo, fuck this.
You know what? I got my Super Bowl
Yo.
match. I ain't got time for this shit. What is it? My man got 2 jobs. I got.
People who ain't even need surgery are just like,
Yo.
maybe I need my wisdom tooth.
Yo,
out.
you got a
I don't know.
hangnail. You know what? I'm out for the season. I ain't got time for this. Oh, okay.
They walking around getting cosmetic surgery and shit.
They going to Colombia, get their teeth done, all type of shit.
Stafford's coming back with a BBL.
Yo. It's so crazy. Last year they was in a different headspace. Now look
Right,
at them.
right.
Must be nice to be winners.
But listen, we said that all to say is stop talking shit. If you're not in the top 3, top 4, then you have no right to be talking that much
No,
shit.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say be consistent. Don't disappear.
Right, yes, I agree.
Talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. You mean like when somebody's team loses to the Jets, but then comes on the chat when they win
Yo,
the
Walker,
next
he
game?
talking to you. Yo, Walker, he talking to you.
Ooh.
He talking to you, Legend of Diggs. Say your name. Yup. He
Nah,
meant,
but
he
we
meant
don't call
that
him. We don't call him Donkey Kong.
shit. Donkey call that ass.
Oh God.
Yo, this podcast is spicy, boy.
2 weeks. 2 weeks
Yo,
off.
2 weeks. We have material. We have
Two
material.
weeks.
We
2
have
weeks
material.
off. We back, bitches.
I'm gonna have to throw in like the mad rapper ad lib or something.
Like, yo, who the fuck is you to be talking to me like
Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad.
Man, oh man. But listen, let's move on. Let's move on. We got a little off the rails a little bit.
My bad.
Listen, if I said who are the top 10 wide receivers, matter of fact, let's do top 10, and then let's see if we can name some more after that.
All right, Jim, you go.
All right, if I was just off the top of my head thinking who was top 10 this year, I would probably be Diggs, Jefferson, Tyreek Hill,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Let's see. Damn, it gets a little sketchy after this.
All right, I'm gonna help you out. Waddle.
Okay.
Waddle,
Yep.
oh, Waddle, yeah, Waddle could be up there.
You know my man. I'll put him up there.
Cool.
Hopkins.
You know my man.
He's not there. He's not there yet.
But he's almost there.
He is almost there, believe it or not.
No,
I'm not. I believe it.
my boy, Amon Ra.
Is he there? He's there,
Amon
right?
Ra would say is up there.
Okay.
Eesh.
Is Ayuk in there or no?
No.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay, so I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
go down the list.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go down the list. This is in our league. Diggs is number one.
Mhm.
Jefferson number two.
Mhm.
Excuse me, Tyreek Hill number three.
Mhm.
Devontae Adams, Cup, Waddle,
Cup
Lamb.
still there? Wow.
Yeah, Cup is still there.
Wow.
Cup is there with 206.
Okay.
He's ahead of Waddle, who has 192.
That's crazy. And this dude hasn't been in like
Yeah.
2-3 weeks.
Right. I'm gonna keep going. Lamb,
Mm-hmm.
Cooper,
Oh yeah,
Brown,
yeah. He's been balling.
AJ Brown,
Yes.
St.
Oh,
Brown,
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
Kirk,
That's
Kirk is a
shocking.
surprise. Yeah, Kirk's a
That's
surprise.
shocking.
Higgins,
That's not a surprise. He's been balling.
No,
Lockett.
that's a surprise.
Wow. Okay. Over
Pittman.
DJ? Pittman. Really?
Pittman.
Pittman's
Yep.
number 10.
Pittman. Well, I don't know what number we up
But
to,
he's in the
but
top 10.
No,
Wow.
Pittman's like top 15.
yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep going down the list. I think it's like 15 right now.
Okay.
Pittman. After that, Olave.
Yes. He's been quietly balling. Yes.
hmm He's consistent.
Yes, very.
McLaurin.
Yeah, from your team that you barely follow.
Yeah, Commanders. Yo, don't try to play me. Yo, we gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
Who they just beat?
I don't know. Metcalf.
Yeah, okay.
And then it starts getting a little
Yeah,
dicey. It's
okay.
Chase, Evans, Samuel, Wilson. Yeah, there's no reason to keep going. But some of those names are a little surprising. Some of them are not. I mean, top 10 is not. I like we said, can't believe Cup is still there.
Gotcha.
Who is gonna make a late run? At maybe can make the top 10 in the next couple of weeks. Who do you
Garrett
think?
Wilson.
Who's outside? Who's outside the top 10? Who can make a run for top 10?
Jim ain't lying.
Garrett
Wilson, but
Wilson.
you know my guy. Because remember, he didn't have enough games. He was on the PEDs, right, Lau?
You think Hopkins? Yes. Yeah, he's on the PD. Yeah, he's on the he's on the performance hand. Even your man said something and he
No,
pointing at them and shit.
first of all, this is what I don't understand. If you're gonna talk shit, right? Oh, he corny. The man caught 9 for almost 100. You didn't stop him. Shut up. Like I don't understand how this works.
But not for nothing, yo. D Hop is still nice.
Yes.
He's still nice.
I-
PEDs are not. He's just a good route runner.
His quarterback is I don't know what the hell's wrong with his quarterback. He's a fucking clown, but that's neither here nor there.
So speaking of top 10 wide receivers, so you had Adams is 4,
Right.
Waddle is 6,
Yep.
and AJ Brown is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Sega CD Lamb has all 3.
Holy shit.
Wow. Excuse me.
He's the
Yeah.
only one in the
some
league
nice
with
playoffs, man. With
he's the
top
only
3
one in the
receivers.
league with 3 in the top 10. There's I think who is it? I think Mega Man has 2 of them because Mega Man has Cup and Hill, but Cup is injured, so
Right.
he's not playing anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
he would have had 2 in the top thing too. So it's crazy. And just talking about who make a surge for top 10 also. Don't discount Chase making a run for that top 10.
Oh, yeah, 'cause he's back
if
this
he gets
weekend.
back. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You know who doesn't have a wide receiver in the top 10? A couple of people. I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Reg doesn't.
You know me. I'm about that collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about that collective right now.
Reg doesn't, and neither does Mrs. Dackman. Everybody else has one.
And Final Fantasy doesn't either, but Final Fantasy has the top 2 running backs in the league. So he you could tell like from like how they drafted, like how
Right.
how it went. So
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So like the thing about wide receivers, right? Depending on your format, ours is PPR.
yeah.
If you get a wide receiver that doesn't like Pittman, right? He's not scoring a whole bunch of touchdowns, but he will get those.
Exceptions.
Yeah.
He will get a whole bunch of receptions and shit like that. See, but Sega CD Lamb having those top receivers and they're all scoring.
Yep.
Or it's not like they're like possession receivers.
Yeah, they're all scoring touchdowns
They're
too.
like number ones. We said
Yeah,
he got
he's
AJ Brown, Adams, and then Waddle.
Waddle, yeah, and AJ.
Yo, Waddle and Zeke got 1,000 yards, I think, already.
Yeah,
So there you
Crazy.
go right there.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's gonna be interesting. Reg, who do you think who's outside of the top 10 is gonna be? Oh, you said
I
D
told
Hop.
you, D-Hop, man.
You said D Hop, and you said Chase.
No, Jim
I
said
said
Chase.
Chase, yeah.
Jim said Chase. Let me pick mine. No, Jim, you said
I
Wilson.
said Garrett Wilson, but I threw in at the end. Don't be surprised if Chase is up there too when he gets back.
I'm gonna go on a jump right here. And I'm gonna pick one of my guys, Godwin.
Godwin's been
What?
balling. He's like
That's
the guy
not a
that's
bad
to.
look because Tom Brady trusted him.
Yeah. Plus,
He trusts him a lot, and I think Evans is done.
Evan has
Son,
stone hands.
yo, bro, I have him in the league. I'm thinking I'm gonna bench him this week because number one, they playing the Saints and we playing Marcus Lattimore. Them cats is always fighting. I need points. This is not boxing. I need fantasy points. I don't need you to be like, throwing punches. So yeah, I don't know. Man. It's not a shock saying to bench Mike Evans. I'm like, I'm good with that.
That's crazy because I have him in our other league and I'm not benching him. Well, I don't have the choice.
You don't have a choice. If you have options, you could bench him, but like, nah.
Yeah.
So I know this isn't supposed to be part of the whole conversation, but and it's not really our league. But I have an interesting conundrum in my other league, in our other league, in the chat league, and just curious what you guys think. So with Sutton kind of struggling a little bit, and we talked about this guy earlier. Do you start CJ? Do you start Christian Watson over Sutton?
Hell, fucking yeah! I would.
I would.
Watson is hot.
I would.
Yo, has Sutton even scored this season?
He scored.
Maybe once.
He scored. Yeah.
The thing is,
Mr. Unlimited is throwing it to him.
Mr. Very Limited.
I think it also depends, Jim, on who is playing quarterback for Green Bay.
I don't think it does because remember he caught a touchdown.
Yeah, but that was.
Let's
see what he looks like with a full game.
It's funny. I forget where I was listening to this, but they were actually comparing Christian Watson to how OBJ was his first year. Where
I heard that comparison.
Yeah,
I heard that. Like he took off late.
This dude is so fast. Like these like short little crossing routes can just end up being like long touchdowns, like pretty easily because he's so quick. So and you see the same thing with Hill also. Like you don't these guys. Some guys rely on the bomb to get these long touchdowns, and these fast dudes. You get them quick cut, and it's just, I mean, you see what happened with Garrett Wilson too. That play was like not too like he cut it. The defender in the back fell and he was out.
Yeah, but Watson, isn't he tall? I don't think he's that short. He's not Tyreek Hill height, right?
No, he's not Tyreek Hill height.
But he's not he's not like no 6'5". Like he's like a regular sized dude.
Okay.
But yo, Sutton is a disappointment because he's a big, and I like big receivers because for me, you can't teach big. Like when you get down there, you could throw it up to him, but you already know the vibes, Mr. Let's Ride.
Wait, yo, you ready? Christian Watson is 6'5", 207.
I didn't know that. He doesn't look that big though.
He does.
Yes, he does. He does. He's just fast.
He's so fast.
You know what it is? I've never seen someone that big run that fast. That's
Exactly.
generally, what's right? It's like Randy Moss.
Yeah,
because Randy Moss is like 6'6", and he will run around you through you. All right.
Wait, time out, because I know people get killed for this. We are not saying Christian Watson is Randy Moss.
No, we are not. I am saying that. I am saying that. Listen,
the views of Lyle are not views of the show.
It's hot take time. I'm saying Christian Watson is the next Randy Moss.
I'm gonna tell you
Who mans is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
Why you wrong? When Randy Moss from his first game, he didn't drop nothing. He didn't have to. He didn't need like 5 games to recoup. His coming out party was Thanksgiving Day when he caught 3 for 164 and 3 TDs. So I'm gonna stop you right there. He is don't you do that.
You're right. Sometimes I'm on this podcast and I feel like I know how Rory and Maul felt.
Yo, for real, son. Like, you just be talking crazy. I get it. It's your league, fine. But just like Aaron Rodgers said a couple years ago, relax.
Yeah, he need to relax.
No, he got to be on that peyote just now.
Yo, every day is like a new story about Aaron Rodgers. That's like crazy.
You know who posted it when DeShone Kizer said he was a 9/11 conspiracy.
Yeah, Rob posted that in the chat.
That's how
All right, guys, let's move on. Let's do our pick'ems. Jim, you have our record from the last time we did them?
Yeah, so last time we did picks for the week,
Right.
Lyle was 4-0,
Woo!
I was 3-1, and
Oh.
Reg is 2-2. So
Oh.
on the season,
Let's hear it.
Lyle is 7-6, I'm 9-4, and Reggie's 9-4.
Hey, so
All
Lyle,
right.
you in second, boy.
All right. So you know what that means?
Oh God,
That means this
He's gonna
week,
you're gonna go crazy and pick the Ravens.
this week, I got this. All right, so let's talk about the first matchup: Sega CeeDee Lamb versus Tom Brady.
Hold on, let me get my notes. Hold on 1 minute. I need to pick right. I need to catch up. All right. Let me see. So Sega CD. Jim, you go, then I'll go.
All right, so Sega CD's playing Tom Brady. I mean, them wide receivers, they got some good matchups this week. I think I'm gonna have to go Sega CD Lamb this week.
Sega CD versus final. Let me see. You know what?
Yo, I honestly, I got to talk about this again real quick. I don't know how Tom Brady is winning. I really don't. I say this every time. I'm looking at this squad and I'm like, how is this guy winning? I don't see it.
Wait, not only is he winning, he's actually favored to win this matchup right now by
Right?
projections.
How?
I don't know how you start Slayton, Juju, Brian Robinson, and I mean Zay Jones is killing it this year,
He
but
really
Yes, he has.
He is.
he's a sleeper. That's a
Yo,
pure
I'm gonna
sleeper.
roll with Sega. I'm gonna roll. What's the name? Final Fantasy.
No, sorry, Final Fantasy, Sega CeeDee Lamb versus
Oh,
Tom
sorry.
Brady.
My bad. Not Final Fantasy. No. I'm bugging. I'm looking at week 12, not week 15. Give me 1 minute. My bad. The Sega CD versus Tom Brady. Okay. My bad. Hold on 1 minute. Sega CD.
You took Sega CD now?
I'm taking Sega CD. I got to.
Yeah, I'm taking Final Fantasy.
But
I mean,
again,
the other one.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. All right, next matchup. Legend of Diggs versus Final Fantasy Football. Listen, this matchup is very important to me just for two reasons. One, I think, first of all, I want Paul out. Okay. So I think if he loses this matchup, it's potentially knocking him out of the playoffs.
And you need that.
I want that. I don't need it. I don't care. I'm in.
Yeah.
I clinched.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Must
So
be nice.
I'm rooting for Legend of Diggs.
You're in a Legend of Diggs.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. What did I pick it or no?
No.
No, not this one. You kept saying Final Fantasy, but you took the wrong matchup.
Subliminals.
I know, right. Hold on. Let me see. Week 13. All right. Now we're talking. Oh boy. You know what? I'll roll with
Oh,
Legend of Diggs.
look who he got in his lineup, though.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think looking at his lineup, I mean it could change obviously because he could wind up playing Mixon. I mean Judy doesn't really matter. Don't even know why he's wasting his IRR spot with Pitts. But why you got somebody in your IR spot when the dude's done for the season? Like, get him off your spot, save that IR spot for somebody that you might be able to use, and fill up your bench. But I'm going Final Fantasy.
Oh, God, this is disgusting.
Lal is terrible.
Ugh. All right. Moving on. Mega Man versus Mortal Kombat. This is another matchup. I'm going with my feelings. This has nothing to do with actual matchup.
It's emotional.
Listen, I'm gonna let
You
Jim
like Carl
pick. I'm
Thomas.
gonna
You like Carl
I'm
Thomas.
gonna let I'm gonna let
Yeah. I'm
Jim, you
going
can
with
pick.
I'm going with Mortal Kombat, and since we take every chance we can to hate on Mega Man, if he loses, there's definitely going to be a finish him cutscene in there next week.
Yeah, I'm a roll with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I'm rolling with I can't roll with Rob. I can't.
Just can't. It's not in your person. They can't do it.
Yeah, I don't want Mortal Kombat to win either, but
But if
Mel,
you
you
had to
got this.
choose, if you
Yeah,
had to choose,
I mean, just looking at the team is better, and we just got finished talking about how we got 3 Rams on his squad. I mean,
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't have to remind everybody that there was a time where we hyped up Mortal Kombat and then he went on a 2-game losing streak.
This is true.
This is true. This is true.
Very true.
So
I think it's a win-win regardless.
yeah, it's a win-win. So all I know is that Mega Man has Zeke, and that might score him like at least 25 points.
You know what? 30.
No, you were thinking about 2.5 yards of carry.
All right, let's get into our last matchup, and I'll pick them. The Game Breakers versus Mrs. Dakman.
I'm rolling with the Game Breakers, man.
You didn't even look. You
No, the vibes, bro. I know the vibes. Son, okay. No, listen. I wanted to lose regardless, but I'm just saying, if you look at a team, Josh Allen, yes. I'm not scared of Gabe Davis. I'm not scared of Cortland Sutton. I'm not scared of Jonathan Taylor. I'm not scared. We good. Like I said, the Game Breakers. That's it, Papa. That's it. Epi, that's it.
So since Lau is going with some picks that are in his feelings this week, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. Since I know I'm probably not making the playoffs, I just need Mr. Dakman to be in last place, so I'm not there. So I'm going with Game Breakers.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm gonna be the odd person out. I'm gonna go with Mrs. Dakman. You got this win. I believe in your team.
How many cases you bet on that match, man? How many cases it do?
One case. I bet one case. One case. Listen.
By the way, just before we go, I was re-listening to some of the highlights. I was going through the old episodes and stuff, and I'll bring it up next episode again. But there was a water bet at the beginning of the year.
Yes, by Mel.
And it was in regards to Zeke. So
yes,
see what happens.
Yes, and Mel, make sure you tune in, okay, brother? That was from you. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Our bets is in. Another podcast done. Appreciate y'all. Everyone, have a good night. Laces out.
Take some Vapor Rub, my brother.
Little football.
Laces out.
No back and forth, I did it back then, I do it right now. I open a lane for my era, I'm goated, they gave me the crown. Go, with all the success, come negative press, I'm watching it pal. They saying that black music dying, I'm saying they right on the south. But look at me now, damn y'all, look at me now. Whatever I do is in why, I'm keeping it Queens, cause that's my side. I shook up the town, I shook up the city, I shook up the state.